house in 2006 on Thanksgiving Day at 5 o'clock in the morning. And we've been here ever since. And we wanted to get away from the cold winters in Chicago. We had been, I know I've been in Chicago all my life. And it just got to the point where that 26-inch snow and 4 feet of snow and Christmas Day just got to be a little bit much. So we agreed that we would come down here and kind of get away from that. And I like the weather, I like the people, I like the land, and yeah, we thought it was a good move. Thought it was a good idea. Well, when we started making the plan to relocate, I went on the website and I found a gentleman that worked with Remax Realty. So he says, well, it's going to be a complicated process. He says, but I can't help you with that, but I know somebody that can. So he gave me this person's name.
What was his name? Peter Hakes?
Peter Hakes.
It was actually Peter Hakes. And again, at that time he worked for Benchmark Mortgage Company and Showcase Realtors. So we had no reason to not believe that this was reputable. He was a reputable person.
Yeah. So we gave him all of our information. He took an application over the phone. We did. I mean, it seemed like a straight, honest, good investment. And we met him for the very first time up at the Holiday Inn right off of what is it, I-20, 2059. We met him, we shook hands, we introduced ourselves, Peter Hakes, Marita Ward, Stephen Ward, and seemed like a nice guy, you know. So now we're like, okay, we've been back and forth, looking at neighborhoods, looking at houses, and this is good and that's not good, and this is what you need and that's not what you need. And we kind of figured that Peter Hakes knew what we wanted and knew what we needed and knew what we were looking for, knew how much money we could spend, knew, you know, we were ready. We were ready, willing, and able. And we trusted them. We trusted them. We trusted them. He emailed us a picture of this house. It had a visual tour. We looked at it and we were like, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Go ahead. He says, it's going to be tight. He says, but I'm going to really try. And, you know, I know that you guys want to get down here. And it's going to be it's going to be a challenge. But I can do it. I think I can get it done. I says, okay, good. We trust you going and get the work done. So we sent, with a cashier's check, $25,047 in one cashier's check. We sent $2,000 in another cashier's check. And we sent two $500 cashier's checks. So that's over $28,000. He contacts us via email. He says, the deal is done. Your house is ready. The key is going to be under the mat, the same mat. Same floor mat. So the key is going to be under the mat. You just come on and move in. When I'll see you when you get down here. We were told by Peter Hakes, you don't have jobs in Alabama. You don't have a banking history in Alabama. So in order to get this house, you should sign off on a lease purchase agreement. So we says, okay, well, we're here now. I mean, it's like, we're here. We've uprooted ourselves and moved to Beverly, you know, in the truck, and we're here. We can't, like, reverse this stuff and go back to Chicago. Our house is sold. We've given up everything. We've given up everything. My job, everything. I had a great job in Chicago. We've given it all up, walked away, and came here. Okay, so we signed off on the lease purchase agreement. We moved in on Thanksgiving Day, which was 27th of November 2006. By the end of December of 2006, everything started to unfold. Everything started to surface.
Peter eventually got fed up with us complaining so much about the property and so forth that he started declining to return our phone calls and refusing to correspond with us via phone and said we would only, from now on, I guess because we had called this job, we were just trying to figure out what was going on, and we, at that time, we thought we were in a position to actually own it. My wife was inquiring about us gaining ownership of the property. We had done the things that needed to be done. We had gotten the credit cards. We had gotten the jobs. And
we wanted our name on it. We wanted to show proof. Yeah. Where's our name in this? Where is Marita and Stephen Ward's name in this whole?
Show us any documentation.
Call Benchmark Mortgage in July, and we're like, we need to really speak to Peter Hicks. Can you get in touch with him? We need to talk to him. We've been talking to him via email, but we need to talk to him. They said Peter Hicks passed away. We have sent in the July payment, okay? Nobody contacted us. Nobody called us and told us anything. Found out about 3-4 days ago from Bank of America, not one payment in 2008 was made.
The last payment was made.
And the last payment was made in June or July of 2007. So that means we moved in here November 2006. Our first payment was due in January 2007. He stopped making payments in June of 2007. They refused to give us any information because our names weren't on the contract. So they said, well, you gotta, whoever's name is on the contract, that's what we need to talk. I said, the man has passed away. Well, we don't know what to do. Well, we don't know what to do. What do we do? How do we pay? Who do we pay? Well, we can't give you any information, so we kept going around.
Somebody.
In that same circle, we can't give you any information because your name is not on the contract. Well, he passed away, so we kept doing this.
I think Countrywide wanted a copy of the will or something, so that's when we started searching
Bank
out.
Of America.
Somebody wanted this or wanted that, so we kept producing all of this information. They said, well, we need to see copies of the checks, the $25,000 check, cashier's check. So we faxed it all to Greenpoint. Then we faxed it all to Countrywide when we were dealing with them. Then we faxed it all to Bank of America at the same time, telling them, take our money because we need.
Who do we pay? Who do we pay? We want to know, who do we send the money to? We're like, well, your name is not on the contract. There's no sense in you sending any money because it's not going to do you any good.
I think within the last few months they were willing to accept a payment, but it was for
it's way over
what
the
was
top
past
now.
due.
Yeah.
They wanted that amount, that astronomical.
Yeah, we were told, oh yeah, if you pay, if you catch up, you keep you get the mortgage current. We won't foreclose. I said, well, what about our name being, who is this going to benefit? Well, your name still won't be on it. They, Bank of America sent a letter saying, well, we got all your correspondence and we're looking it over and we'll get back to you. So the foreclosure attorneys is like, we've got all your information, we're looking it over and we'll get back to you. So that's where we are. We have a
We're not squatters,
No.
We both have jobs, and we're able to pay the mortgage. We've always been able to. Thank God, we've always been able to pay the mortgage, and we just, we just want to be treated right. Yes.
This is our house. I mean, we gave up everything to move down here, not to get swindled. We work hard. I've never worked 2 jobs in my life, but when I moved down here, I had to work 2 jobs. But I've always had one good job in Chicago. But when I moved down here, I had to work 2 jobs. My husband's worked 2 jobs. We're not just bouncing around and floating through life and just fluffing everything off. We work. We don't want to be ripped off by a greedy bunch of bank presidents because, oh, well, it's the collateral damage. No. Hi. Hey, neighbor. Okay, I think the bank should help people out in our situation because there's pride here. We are we are proud owners